So again, everyone, good morning. On behalf of the city of Hemet, my name is Ben Sandoval. I am the, excuse me, the Economic Development Manager for the great city of Hemet. This morning, our city manager will try his best, Mr. Mark Presswest, to join the call, but he does send his regards along with the mayor. She had prior commitments this morning with another event that we try to reschedule, but she sends her regards along with city council. This particular meeting, we're very excited to have a great guest speaker to talk about some artificial intelligence, tech, Navy, you name it. That's what we're going to get into the weeds of that today. But before we get into all that jazz, on the city's behalf, just want to quickly remind everyone that this morning we're going to be having a couple things. We're going to be having our ribbon cutting. So for those that are not aware, this this Thursday at 12 p.m., we will be having a fantastic ribbon cutting for Yoga Fusion at 12 p.m. in downtown. And I believe I saw Chantel jump on the call. I'm not sure if you're still there. Chantel, anything you'd like to talk about your ribbon cutting today? If you're on the line? Okay, I think she may have jumped out on the line, but for those that want to join us again, hope we can have the chamber join as well. It's 12 p.m. today in downtown for the Yoga Fusion. And in addition, at 4 p.m., we're going to have another ribbon cutting for our Chick-fil-A pop-up that's going to be taking place at the Simpson Center. So for those that want to have Chick-fil-A, we are going to be having a fantastic pop-up here in our downtown area coming up shortly here. And then just as a reminder for everyone, Hemet is coming up Memorial Day weekend. We're going to have some cool bands. We actually have a pretty well-known band called Narcoleptic Youth coming in here and for Hemet on Saturday. So join us for a great competition of skateboarding. And then for those that are not aware, Hemet will be joining the Select USA event happening in Washington, D.C. next week. So the city of Hemet will, for the first time in history, was selected to be a delegate to join the delegation of California. So we will be representing our valley in a worldwide spectrum, and hopefully we can get some international investment. And we will be at ICSC as well coming up in 2 weeks. We have a lot of meetings already scheduled, so we're very excited what the future has in store for the city of Hemet. Before we get into our guest speakers, I do want to acknowledge that we do have a few directors from the city of Hemet joining us today, and I want to give them at least a minute to introduce themselves and anything that may be happening in their realm. We do have the community development director from the city of Hemet, Monique. Monique, like to introduce yourself and anything on your end?
Good morning, everyone. Monique Alanis Later, Community Development Director. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, we have a lot of exciting things happening in the city. Community development currently houses planning division, housing and economic development. So we work collaboratively with our department, staff, and outside agencies. I'm glad to be here and hope we can connect soon.
Fantastic. Thank you, Monique, for that. We also have Noah Rao, the Public Works Director. Noah, anything on the Public Works side?
Good morning, everybody. Just lots of capital improvement projects underway. We've got lots of paving projects that we're just in the process of awarding as well. We've got a Sierra Dawn median beautification project that's starting next Monday. Other than that, just lots of operations and maintenance stuff going on. Thank you.
And Noah, in the next year or two, can we expect other road work or improvements from the Public Works just so we can keep an eye on that stuff?
We're pushing out as much as our budget will allow. Absolutely.
Very nice. Thank you for that, Noah. And for those that have not seen, the Public Works Department under Noah Rao have really done a great job. There's pavement happening all over our city, you know, so we're, as a city, we want to capture that. So you may see more action live feed on our social media, capturing infrastructure improvement projects and programs that we're doing here in the city of Hemet. It may not be always captured, but check out our streets. Over $74 million have been invested on Florida, including Florida through via Caltrans, right, Noah?
That's right.
So if you've driven on Florida, it's looking pretty good. And Noah, just as I have you, and I'm sure everyone's thinking this, that drives on Florida, any news on the sync on the lights here. Can you provide us an update or anything on that portion? I get asked that a lot.
Yeah, I meet with Caltrans every other week, and they're working on the synchronization, and they've committed to having it done by the end of May. It's probably going to be done sooner, but that's what their commitment is at this point.
Wow. So everyone, instead of taking 4 hours to go on Florida, it will take you 4 minutes now. So we're very excited for the synchronization of Florida street lines. Thank you, Noah.
Sure.
Perfect. And at the same time, I do want to make sure that we pay, this is in partnership with our great Hemet San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce. They're doing some great work out there, and we're really excited to see what's going to happen in the new upcoming fiscal year with some great initiatives. So I do want to pass it over first to the Executive Director of the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber, Kevin Saunders. What's happening over there with the Chamber?
Thank you, Ben, and thank you to everyone at the City of Hemet. What a great representation for that city. You guys are doing an amazing job, and you have the full support of the Hemet San Jacinto Valley Chamber of Commerce. Yes, we have lots going on. What I'd like to say right off the bat is that we are an advocate. We support businesses locally here, nonprofits, and individuals. So if you'd like to join our Chamber of Commerce, which is really thriving at the moment, give us a call, 951-658-3211, or visit us on our website at hsjvc.com. While I have a quick moment, though, I want to acknowledge our board member here, our vice chair, Coca, Lakshman Coca here. I also do see Adam Avental, who was a board member previously, or is continuing to work with SoCal Gas, so we love and appreciate him. And everyone that's here, we just really appreciate you for being here. I do have some things to cover, Ben, if you'd like to come back to me later. It may take me a couple of minutes to go through.
Perfect, Kevin. We'll at the very end, we'll open it up to everyone, and we'll cover your events after our guest speaker. And then I do want to make sure that the vice chair of the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber, on top of probably another 1,000 business ventures, has a few words. So, Coca, anything on your realm you'd like to share?
Happy Thursday, Ben, and everyone else that's present there. So good to hear your beautiful voice. I keep telling you, you sound more like a DJ to me, but it's nice to have our city represented by someone with a voice. Sort of the chamber, Kevin is another DJ guy we have. So between the two of you, I think we got all our community businesses, everybody covered. But appreciate the updates you gave us as you opened up, and also the comments from Monique and Noah. Tells us how good the city is doing and where we're going, and we're just very happy to be a part of the movement, the Hemet on the Move, and a citizen of this beautiful valley and Hemet itself, actually. So thank you. Just a quick note, I know Kevin is going to update all this later. For the Chamber of Commerce, we're going to have the awards. So anyone you think is good, nominate them. And thank you.
Thank you to our vice chair of the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber. And again, we look forward to what the next upcoming year has in store. And we will open it up to, once we're done with our guest speakers, to everyone to say a few words. But at this time, is there any pressing matters for anybody that would like to say a few words? If this will be the time, please feel free to do so. All right, so it looks like there's none. Then it looks like we're ready to get this show started. I want to be mindful of everyone's time. So without further ado, I do want to introduce here. Bear with me as I get this going here. And everyone, in case you're not wondering, I'm playing with screens here, you know? So if you're seeing different switches on screens, that's why. So this morning, we do have the pleasure of having Troy Clark. He serves as the director of the Navy X Inland Empire Tech Bridge, anchored by the Navy Surface Warfare Center, Corona Division, with over 2 decades of leadership experience in Navy public affairs, strategic engagement, and innovation initiatives. Troy leads efforts to connect government, industry, and academia to advance dual-use technology development. Under his direction, the Inland Empire Tech Bridge focuses on key technology areas such as data analytics, network training environment, and advanced measurement science. Wow, you already have me at this point. His work helps foster a dynamic innovation ecosystem across Riverside and San Bernardino counties, positioning the region as a national hub for defense technology, advanced manufacturing, and entrepreneurial growth. Everyone, I have the pleasure of welcoming Troy Clark. Troy, welcome.
Thanks, Ben. Great to be here.
Yeah, well, thank you for being here. As I had mentioned, this is going to be a semi-formal but informal kind of speaking engagement. We like to treat it as though we're in a big stage at a big Oprah network and everyone's just kind of watching us, you know? So let's pretend we're like that. So, Troy, before we get into all the jazz on questions and then the grassroots of this, why don't you briefly tell us a little bit about yourself, Navy Tech, what your organization stands for, a little bit about your mission statement.
Yeah, so I work for the Naval Surface Warfare Center, Corona Division here in Norco, and I'm the director of the Naval X, the Navy's agility arm, their Inland Empire Tech Bridge, which is really putting the front door of the Navy into the community so that we can partner with entrepreneurs, small businesses, startup community, venture capital, local businesses, academia, to really bring warfighting capability and innovation into the hands of our warfighters to really outpace our adversaries that have narrowed the gap on an edge that we used to hold for decades.
And Troy, that's a fantastic start. And how does Tech Bridge really work with businesses, cities, counties, and what types of programs have you created by working with these types of entities?
Certainly, this is really a collaborative effort. So we're looking at the private sector and the nonprofit sector on how can we really accelerate capabilities into the hands of our warfighters. So we have an off-base location. So post 9/11, it's been very difficult for non-military folks to get access to our base. So this really puts the front door of the Navy into the community to make it easy to have access to us, have access to our scientists and engineers. And then we host a number of programs, webinars, small business innovative research workshops to help foster this innovation and entrepreneurship around us so that we can build our innovation ecosystem so that when we to really deliver that capability that we need, but also for the future, as we have new problems that arise, to have that innovation ecosystem be able to develop that capability that we need. And one of the things that really we've created, piloted here at the Inland Empire is our Crucible Innovation Accelerator. And that is an opportunity to create new startups to address problems that we're facing on the warfighting arena, and then accelerate existing startups, accelerate companies that might have a commercial use, to create what's called a dual use. So it's both has an use for the military, but also commercial use. And then ultimately that expands your total market for your competition. But really, and ultimately everything that we do underpins that, and to really stimulate the innovation ecosystem around us.
And Troy, there's a lot of questions these days with artificial intelligence, overseas competition. Even tariffs going on right now. And I believe you were going to have a innovation summit a little bit later this month, or last month. I'm sorry. I was going to touch on a lot of those key points. And will you be able to touch a little bit about those types of the topics, or a little bit about your innovations summit that unfortunately had to get postponed? Was what you were going to cover, or the initiative of that?
Yeah, so we had created the inaugural Inland Empire Innovation Summit last April. Coincides with Innovation Month within Riverside County, and now San Bernardino County is on board with the Innovation Month in April. And due to the DoD civilian travel restrictions, we needed to postpone that for this year. But we did have our Crucible pitch competition, which is those companies coming out of our Crucible Innovation Accelerator had a pitch competition, $250,000 in prize money, and we did hold that a couple of weeks ago. And really, the idea behind the Innovation Summit is to bring our partners, our small businesses, the private sector, our stakeholders, our government stakeholders, venture capital, the academia into a room or venue at the same time to discuss the urgent need that we have as the Defense Department, the Department of the Navy, for warfighting capability, but also from the economic development standpoint, and how by bringing capability to us that we need, that you also stimulate the economy and really create a thriving ecosystem that can deliver capability, but also create high tech, high wage jobs.
And Troy, here in the city of Hammond, we have a lot of small businesses 97.3% of our businesses here in the city of Hemet, excuse me, apologies, are 0 to 15 employees. So with that being said, you mentioned venture capital, and then also I want to mention angel investors. How does your organization, TechBridge, help? Like, for example, we may have small businesses here right now. How may you introduce them or assist them with some of the venture capitalist groups, etc.?
So definitely events like the Innovation Summit bring those venture capitalists in to see what's going on in what I like to call the Innovation Empire, which is the next generation of the Inland Empire, to showcase kind of the entrepreneurship and the innovation that we're creating here. We've got, the Inland Empire has really a unique mix of raw resources for in a thriving innovation ecosystem. We've got an R1 research university with UC Riverside, the only research university, public research university in the Inland Empire. We've got the Cal State San Bernardino with a center of, they have the only school in California of entrepreneurship. They're a national center of excellence for national security, cybersecurity education. So we have a lot of the raw resources to really create this and attract venture capital into our region. And it's just if you see the vision and you point the spotlight on it, then you get to see it, and then that starts attracting the venture capital to say, hey, what's going on in the Innovation Empire? I think I need to be there.
And Troy, yesterday I had seen you at the Riverside County Finals just last night. It's like we just saw each other,
We did
at the convention center, and we had, for those that are not aware, there was a fast-paced competition that the city of Hemet hosted in partnership in the whole valley. And we had 2 finalists that went to the finals yesterday. We had 12 entrepreneurs, and unfortunately ours did not win, but nonetheless did a great job. Both of them represented our valley. So with that being said, Troy, our county depend heavily, and you brought up a lot of sectors, but we heavily depend on healthcare, government, and trade and logistics, 3PL facilities. That's the top 3 sectors in our valley. But we want to get out of that. We don't want to fully depend on that. So what have you seen out there when it comes to the growing sectors, AI, the green energy, blue energy sectors, and how does Riverside County get those sectors over here?
Well, definitely with UC Riverside and their Oasis Technology Park, they're focused on a lot of energy resilience, sustainability. We also have, we have 2 medical schools, Loma Linda and UC Riverside. You've got a biotech sector down in the Murrieta area. So that's a really robust kind of nucleus for us in one of the clusters that we have. But we want to attract additional sectors so we can have a diversified economy and a well-rounded innovation ecosystem. Really, so in any of those new challenges come in and that we need to address, you've got the kind of horsepower under the hood to be able to develop that capability. And I think by doing things like the pitch competition, like our Innovation Summit, you're going to start attracting additional sectors and leveraging really the unique assets that we have to create additional clusters from what already exists.
And Joe, will you be able to touch on anything on the artificial sector by any chance? If you see any growth on that in Riverside County, and even in our valley, anything that you may have seen out there?
Yeah, I would say, I would say more broadly data science and artificial intelligence is a component of that. So we have at our Warfare Center, we have a lot of the Navy's performance and readiness data. So we're really, we're a leading, AI center for the Navy. And so I think that in partnership with what's going on at UC Riverside, California Baptist University, and they have an applied machine learning lab that we are working closely to develop a defense innovation navigation assistant, a tool that leverages data and data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning to accelerate how we're doing defense innovation. That's garnering a lot of national attention, both within the Department of the Navy, but across the DoD. And that's being led right here in the Inland Empire. And so I think when you have core research assets like UC Riverside and the applied AI machine learning lab at California Baptist University, I think we're going to start garnering a lot more attention than what we have now. And that provides a great opportunity space for us.
We are a sleeping giant that is waking up the city of Hemet, and we want to see that investment. So Troy, if you happen to run into someone out there that wants to open up a data center, City of Hemet is open for business. All right.
There you go.
We really are. So, Troy, kind of moving on here, what are some of the goals for TechBridge for 2025?
Well, definitely having expanding what we piloted here, our Crucible Innovation Accelerator. We started it here in the Inland Empire in Southern California. This our second cohort. We expanded that into the Pacific states. And then and next year we're going national with it, but we expanded it into the Pacific states. We also created our pitch competition, which is $250,000 to inspire these companies to compete and participate, and really leveraging our Defense Innovation Navigation Assistant, getting that permeated throughout the Department of Navy and DoD as well.
Do you assist businesses? I mentioned earlier, we have quite a few small businesses here, and quite a few of them may be interested in applying or going after these military grants, federal grants, if as part of the military. How does TechBridge help businesses apply or go after those high-end grants that are sometimes in the $1 million marks,
Yeah, so one of the best programs that we have for innovation is the Small Business Innovative Research Program, SBIR, and that's called America Seed Fund. It's run by the Small Business Administration, but there are, I believe it's 11 different federal agencies that run those programs, and that's where the federal government has technical problems. They will provide essentially grants for companies to propose a white paper to propose a solution. Then and that's anywhere $75,000, $140,000 to do that. But also then a follow-on project. They about $1.5 million to build a prototype for the government. And then there are 3 phases of it: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and then larger phase 3 contracts to go off and get that into commercial production for us. So that's one of the greatest ways that companies can get involved. That's a grant. It's non-dilutive funding. They're not going to take ownership of your company for that. And there have been some great achievements through the SBIR program. The Navy runs the most successful program in terms of commercializing technology within the DoD. So you want to do business with the SBIR program in the Navy because we have a high success rate. And then in my view, we don't win enough of those SBIR awards. So one of my goals for the TechBridge is to start increasing the amount of awards here in our region to the SBIR program. UC Riverside has a great SBIR support network and team there, and they have double the national average of winning these grants and awards. So we work closely with them, holding workshops, webinars, seminars to help people compete with that. We also have in our TechBridge here in Norco, we have what's called the DoD Apex Accelerator. They help small businesses do business with the federal government. And they also have some SBIR grant writing assistance programs as well. So we've got a really robust team within our region, and that's going after a program that is non-dilutive. It's other people's money. It's to help us as a federal government solve technical problems that we're having.
Amazing, Troy. And I have a few questions here just to kind of sum it up here. We like to do these Business Connect bright and early, have some virtual coffees or mimosas or whatever you like in the morning, and kind of get everyone going. For some of us, it's a Friday for us. You're in the city of Hemet, Troy. We do 410s, but in reality, when you work for a city, you work even on Sundays. But that's the beauty of being a public servant. So with that being said, TechBridge, I believe, you guys are grant funded. How are you guys? How is TechBridge funded? With that same token, though, how does other individuals that may want to join the organization, what are some of the career tracks, or how does someone find TechBridge?
So you can find us through usnavalx.com. So we are funded by the Office of Naval Research, and then we're the Navy's Agility Office, NavalX. You can find us online, and we've had strong congressional interest with Congressman Ken Calvert, who has increased the funding to our region, in particular to help the TechBridge program, and that's providing the ability to run the Crucible Innovation Accelerator and a number of our other programs as well. So you can find us also at innovationempire.us. And then you can learn about our programs, our resources in the region, and partner with us to help make our region great through technology innovation.
And kind of have two more questions here, kind of finish it up, and then we'll open up the floor, Troy, or anything else that yourself may want to touch on. I know I talked about artificial intelligence a lot, and I want to just poke on that a little bit. But with I heard quantum computers kind of taking over here in the near future. I'm sure the military is already experiencing. There might be technology out there that's already exists, but we may not even know about it. Anything else that you can add on or elaborate on artificial intelligence in this valley?
Well, certainly, like I mentioned before, with the research university with UC Riverside, with us being a center of a lot of the Navy's data, you've got some hidden resources that you probably didn't realize in artificial intelligence. And we're making advantage of that. You know, we're and especially with the threats that we face, we're turning data into lethality for the Navy. So we are going to use data as a weapon. And so I think there are great things on our horizon. And I would say that quantum computing is a little bit farther off. You know, it's a very difficult, challenging technically to achieve that. But we're at the dawn of a lot of quantum capability, and what that's going to bring to AI is going to be phenomenal.
You know that I was just reading a little journal last week, Troy, that potentially by 2028 you'll be able to have artificial intelligence that's able to solve problems and think just as humans. Imagine where 2050 takes us. If anybody seen the movie Terminator, I said this earlier this morning, Skynet's becoming self-aware, it feels like, for a little hidden gem for those that like that movie.
Yeah, we saw a little bit about that last night at the pitch competition with the Intelligent Twin.
Didn't you saw that?
Yeah.
Yes. And then even the robots that take the freight, you know, I mean, it's amazing. The technology is already there.
Yeah, and hey, on that topic, I'll just mention for the audience here that of the 3 winners at last night's Riverside County pitch competition, 2 of those came through our Crucible Innovation Accelerator. One was a brand new startup out of Cal State San Bernardino, Carmine Minerals, and the other was a startup from last year called Superfoam, and they were in our accelerator, our startup studio last year and our accelerator this year.
Troy, and that is, I did not know that. That's great. That explains why you had the front row VIP seat then, you know, right in the front. I was like, what is that? How does someone sit up there, you know?
That's because nobody likes to sit in the front row.
I was right behind you, you know, so I was able to see you. But with that being said, how does someone, I know you mentioned it briefly, but let's say someone right now is listening and they want to join this cohort. When's the next one and how do they sign up so they can... Yeah, folks, for those that are not aware, the winner yesterday not only took $12,000 from the impact, but an additional $25,000 from UC Riverside. Kudos to them. So someone walked away yesterday with $37,000. Whoa.
Yeah.
What can you say on that?
And the winners from our pitch competition in the accelerator, they took home $75,000, and the startup studio like Carmine Minerals, they didn't win, but the startup brand new startup took home $50,000. So this is a way to incentivize people to take that risk, be an entrepreneur in the innovation space, and you know there's a lot of reward for that, and because we need them to create capability, you know, for us.
You nailed it. And that's why I wanted to bring you on here, Troy. Not only are you the director of TechBridge, but you've been in the game for a while. You're an organization that helps businesses scale up. You want to present, you want to get some capital, you want to scale your business. Definitely reach out to Troy and his group. The Riverside County is in a renaissance of innovation. We're starving for innovation. We want to compete with the big dogs out in Silicon Valley, out at the El Segundo, Venice Beach. They're known for, you know, they're doing some great work, artificial intelligence. We may not be able to take the, excuse me, the aerospace. Long Beach really has that down, but there's green and blue sector and new sectors that don't even exist that we can take advantage of. So Troy, before we conclude, any closing remarks, anything you'd like to let us know before we open it up for questions?
Just want to encourage everybody to help spread the gospel of entrepreneurship. You know, it's a hallmark of America is that we create businesses and we thrive on that, and especially small businesses. That's where a lot of the innovation comes from because you aren't burdened by the bureaucracy of a large corporation. So encourage entrepreneurship. Also buy into the vision of we are the next generation of the Inland Empire is the innovation empire. We see the vision. We have a long history in defense technology. Prior to the Cold War, we had a lot of defense contracting and manufacturing here in our region, and so we have a legacy in that, and that we can rebuild that image into something that's even greater, because we haven't harvested the Naval Surface Warfare Center as a federal lab, the only federal lab in our region. You have an emergent, research university with UC Riverside, a top research university, and you now have a school of entrepreneurship with Cal State San Bernardino. That did not exist, 10 years ago. And so we just have all the right resources now, and now we need to collectively, as a group, a network, start leveraging that network effect, and we can chart a greater destiny than we've ever had before.
Thank you for that, Troy. That was a beautiful closing remark, and thank you. It's been a pleasure really speaking to you. And I'm just going to add one quick thing. Troy, about a month ago, we had the inaugural HEMIT Regional Economic Summit, and we had a professor from the chair of Cal State San Bernardino, Dr. McDonald, Professor McDonald. And one thing that he went over 100 different slides, but funny, his presentation was so good, it felt like it was just a 5-minute presentation. One of them he covered was a topic that he said, high wages are coming into Riverside County and the lower wages are moving out of Riverside County. In San Bernardino, our friends to the north, it's the complete opposite. Higher wages are moving out and lower wages are moving in. So to Troy's point, our Riverside County is here to compete in innovation. More importantly, the city of Hemet is here to compete with all of our Riverside County cities in a friendly way, but bring investment to our city. So everyone, a round of applause to Troy. Troy, we are giving a applause by 1,000 people right now. Thank you very much. At this moment, is there any questions for Troy that we may be able to answer? Please feel free to raise your hand or just unmute yourself. We'll be glad to answer a question. Coca?
Hey, first and foremost, thank you, Troy, for making the time and taking the patience to explain to us the program. It's amazing. I want to congratulate Ben for bringing some awesome people to our wonderful town. Like you spoke about the economic summit, we had some great information there. Troy, I sit on the District Export Council for Inland Empire, an assignment from the U.S. Secretary of Commerce. So we are big on aerospace and manufacturing and everything else. And this information you just provided it's incredible. I'll reach out to Ben and probably figure out a way to how we can connect our members to the programs that you folks do. And I request Ben to perhaps bring him to our beautiful valley, Ben. Maybe the City of Hemet and Chamber of Commerce can host an event, and we can tie in surrounding cities too if we need to. But I just want to say thank you. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for the kind words. And just to emphasize, our Crucible Innovation Accelerator is no cost to the participants, and it's no equity stake. It's just providing that as free training to companies because we need them to build stuff and capability for us. So when we go to recruit our next cohort, which will start late summer, would definitely like to talk with your group to help get people to apply to that.
No, I think it's amazing. In fact, I had one of the startups called Axcore Technologies. So I'm going to talk to the two young, just graduated entrepreneurs who came up with a great idea that we're working on. We're actually talking to the patent attorneys right now, but I think
Excellent.
Someone like you folks would be a great help for not just for that company I'm talking about, for everyone else. And I just want to throw in one more thing. The Hemet Unified School District and the San Jacinto School District, we have some incredible students here. So if there's a way for you folks to encourage them to maybe, if they can do a tour or something, to come and see what you do,
Yes.
how it can help them would be awesome.
So on that note, so the Science and Technology Education Partnership out of Riverside, we have a partner program with them called STEM in Defense, and it really emphasizes the STEM careers at various. They have multiple summer learning labs, but ours is focused on defense. And I don't know, the application still may be open for that, but it's about 25 students, week-long experience for them. And then we do bring them to our Tech Bridge. We take them to our base. They also visit UC Riverside, Norco College. But that's a great way to stimulate them to start thinking as an innovation entrepreneur around technology and supporting defense. It's an alternate career path that you may not have known, the way that you can support your country.
Oh, it's awesome. Music to my ears. Thank you. Thank you, Ben.
No, of course, Coca, thank you for joining us. And I do like the idea in the future, Troy, the city of Hemet partnering up with this Hemet San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce to create something, you know, who knows, we're innovation. We're doing a lot of inaugural events this year, so anything is possible. I did see a hand by Tatiana. Are you still there, Tatiana, by any chance?
Yes, I'm still here. Good
Great.
morning, Ben.
Good morning, Tatiana. Thank you for joining us.
So my question is, I'm not in this sector. I'm just gonna say that. But do you guys have investment opportunities for people out there who are interested to help?
The venture capital, people that want to invest in our companies? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Just like
Yeah.
regular people who want to invest, or regular
So-
foundations or things like that.
Yeah, I would say our Innovation Summit is one of the great ways to do that, because that's where we have our showcase for up and coming companies. And that's an opportunity for those investors to network with them, meet
Mhm.
them, and explore those opportunities. Yeah, I would say that's probably one of the easiest ways. Maybe we ought to create an innovation crowdsourced fund that the community just invests in to stimulate Riverside County innovation and Inland Empire innovation, for that matter.
Yes, I think that would be a great idea. I am an ambassador for the Hemet and San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce, so I'm very excited to be on here. So thank you for your time.
Thanks, Tatiana.
And then
Thanks for
Troy,
joining.
I'm not sure. That was a great question by Tatiana. Did you happen to put your contact information, or Nate? I know you have one of your staff members here, Nathan. So if someone wants to contact you, you have brought up some a potential investment opportunities. So that would be great, or innovation that people can contact you.
Yeah, you can reach out to me at innovationempire.us or through LinkedIn, or you could hit me up on my Navy email. I can put it in the chat real fast. It's Troy.
Yeah, would that be possible? You can put in the chat box. So
Yeah.
it was a great presentation. They can follow up with you and maybe ask you questions on investment.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll put it in the chat.
Fantastic.
And then you can also follow us. There it is in the chat. You can follow us at Innovation Empire on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, I think.
You guys are all over the social media realm, and everyone, again, I would strongly recommend you further research Tech Bridge. They're doing a lot of great stuff in innovation, funding, capital, angel investors. The Innovation Summit that I attended last year was an amazing event, Troy. It was at the Riverside Convention Center, packed house. You had Congressman Ken Cowherd, generals. I felt like I was at a military event, but in a good way, of the big head. So is there any other questions for Troy this morning? Going once? Oh, go
I
ahead,
had a
Maya.
question. Yes. Thank you, Troy, for all the information that you provided today. Mike had a quick question. If
Yeah.
any companies or small businesses wanted to take the program or do the program that Tech Bridge offers, how would you sign up, or where would you find the application for that?
Yeah, so reach out to us, on innovationempire.com. We'll get you connected. The company that runs our innovation accelerators is a company called FedTech. They're well known in the innovation space, but they manage that. But you just reach out to us locally, and we'll get you connected there. And aspiring entrepreneurs, so you don't even have to have a company. The way it works is we have the Igniter Startup Studio, which forms a business entity, matches that with curated patents, either a federal lab like ours or a university to address, it matches those two elements to address a naval problem or a DoD problem, and then they form an entity to bring that technology to market. Or you have an existing company, and we can accelerate, put them in our accelerator to get them either focused on a DoD use case for dual use, or if they're already in the defense space, get them accelerated along. So you don't even have to have a company formed to be a participant.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Troy.
You bet. Thanks, Maya.
No, great question, Maya. Troy, just be time. It looks like we're gonna have to conclude here, but I do want to thank on behalf of the city of Hemet, our valley, for coming out here. I know you guys are out of downtown Riverside, I believe, or I forgot where you're. I'm sorry. What was your location again? Ontario or?
We're in Norco.
Oh no, Norco. There we go.
Norco.
Horse country out there. Remember
Horsetown, USA.
There we go. I have to check that out. But it was a great engagement, and I'm glad you're able to come virtually. These types of services, maybe sometimes not challenging, but a little harder to get in our valley. So we're very fortunate to have this platform to bring in new resources, new connections to our valley that we may not have had before. So Troy, thank you very much for taking the time.
My great pleasure to be with you all. Thank you for your time and questions.
Thank you. So perfect. Again, everyone, we are very thankful for having Troy here. At this time, I would like to open it up before we kind of start concluding here. Is there any other comments from anybody? Any updates, flyers you would like to promote? This would be the time. Tatiana, yes, go ahead.
We have so many fun things coming up. So first thing is first, I did post the Hemet San Jacinto Facebook page. So if you're not following that page, go ahead and follow it right now. It's in the chat. So that way, once we do, we get to actually promote your business and tag you. Because if you don't follow us, we can't tag you, such as this event right here. So that way people can know who you are and what your business is. So please, everyone, go ahead and follow our page. Secondly, we have some fun events coming up for the chamber. So on May 31st, which is a Saturday, we have our Corks and Connections, where we're going to be going on a wine tour at the Temecula wineries. We have 3 wineries that we will be visiting, and at each winery, you get 6 tastings. That is also in our Facebook page, and it's on the Chamber of Commerce calendar. So go ahead to hsjvc.com, HSJV like Victor, C like Charlie.com, and go click on the calendar for May 31st. That will be a Saturday. Secondly, our biggest event of the year, the gala. That will be happening in June 27th. I just made that post recently. We're going to hit that hard. This year will be Pearls of Excellence. So please wear your pearly whites. Also, we have rose gold for the colors and also silver. It will be hot and a beautiful summer day at the Soboba Resort and Casino. Those tickets are posted as well. You can also visit the Facebook page or easily go to the Chamber of Commerce page, shjbc.com. Look on the calendar for June 27th. Click on it, get registered, purchase your tickets. Mr. Kevin Saunders, am I missing anything? I think not so far, right?
Thank you, Tatiana. I appreciate you mentioning those things. I was actually going to talk about some of those things, but I'm glad you're a good representation of our Chamber of Commerce. Then I'll be super quick here. I do have a few things.
Please go ahead.
And everyone take some notes because I'm going to run through this quickly. First of all, if you are a business or you know of a business, please join our Chamber of Commerce, hsjvc.com. We're doing some amazing things. We support and provide District 5 through Supervisor Gutierrez, the ECP program. If you are a business and you want to hire someone, you get reimbursement up to $9,600. Jason Tang is on here. He's a great representation over at Workforce. He can tell you more about that. But on to some events. This next Tuesday, 5/6, we'll have City Council Clarissa Sanchez at our Women in Business. Our very own Cindy Limke, who's joining us here at Multicultural Network on 5/8. Stephanie Soto at our Valley Nonprofit on 5/13. Let's see. We have a few ribbon cuttings. I'm going to move this quickly. On the 9th, we have Las Hatuecas Restaurant on San Jacinto, Florida. That's at 12 p.m. On Friday the 16th, DR Horton Home Builders at Kirby and 7th. On Monday the 19th, Vivia's Restaurant on State and Ramona Boulevard. They all happen at 12 noon. You should get ready for our nominations and our new keyboard install at our annual gala that's going to come up. But before that happens, we'll announce those nominations at our mixer on May 28th. That's Wednesday, 5:30 at the Ramona Event Center on Florida Avenue. As Tatiana mentioned, we have a wine tour organizing as a team building exercise through the ambassador program. They want to invite the entire community out to that. So join that. And then obviously save the date for our June 27th gala at Saboba. Tickets are $80. Doors open up at 5:30 p.m. I thank everyone here. Much appreciated. Much appreciation to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Anybody else with any events today, or anything else?
Yes, I'd like to personally invite everyone and their families to our Public Works Open House on May 17th. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's a family-friendly event. We're going to have some games and a coloring contest. So I hope to see many of you there.
Very nice. No, thank you. And parking be pretty substantial, be good for everyone there. Good day of excitement, I take it, Noah.
Say that again, Ben?
In regards to parking, for those that may not be aware of the public courtyard, where may they be able to find the public yard?
So our Public Works Courtyard is located at 3777 Industrial Avenue. It's over between Costin and Sanderson. You can get there from the Costin side or the Tanya side. So.
Nice. And definitely come out that day, bring out the kiddos for those that want to see our public works machinery, our trucks, all that jazz. Meet Noah Rao himself and take pictures with him. You definitely want to come out that Saturday, May 13th, right, Noah?
17th, May 17th.
17th.
Yep.
Perfect. I look forward to it. Thank you, Noah, for sharing for that.
For sure.
Great. And I do also see Cindy Lemke joining us. Thank you, Cindy from Legacy Bank. Always a pleasure having you. Anything from the Legacy Bank realm?
Oh, always things going on with Legacy Bank. We're very excited to support the city of Hemet. As mentioned, thank you, Kevin. I will be speaking at the Multicultural Network on May 8th. So I hope to see you all there. So that'll be on May 8th at 8:30 a.m. And we'll be talking about how important it is to have a business account and not commingling with your personal account. And we're going to keep it very simple and talk about what you need to open your account. And then we'll just take it from there on questions. And I'll bring a little packet that you can take with you so that you have that, what items you need to open an account. And we'll keep it very simple, and I'll take questions and it'll have information. So thank you so much. Hope to see you all there.
Hey, Ben, if I can make a last comment or two.
Yes, of course, Coca.
Okay, and I'm glad, Cindy, you're not giving money away from Legacy Bank, but she will have some great rates for you. We have to keep an eye on Cindy. So from Legacy Bank, that's my Legacy Bank board member head, I guess. But I just want to tell the folks that are here, we have a lot of businesses on this call, and I'm glad, Ben, you do this every month so people can come and understand what's going on with our city, how quickly and how fast the city is moving. I tell you, one of the easiest ways to network for yourself, for your business, is through Chamber of Commerce. We have almost 500 members, so think about it. One small membership, annual membership, can get you in touch with about 500 businesses. Where can you get that? Nowhere else. So stay in tune with our wonderful economic director, Mr. Ben here, and our GQ Kevin from the chamber. So I want to thank you folks, and please come join us. Come check out the chamber so you know what we're doing. We are on the move right with the city of Hemet. Thank you.
No, thank you, Coca, for the continued support. And it looks like everyone's had a chance to say a few words. Was there anybody else before I have a closing remarks here?
Yes, for me, good morning, everyone. This is Chantel Harris. I own Yoga Fusion, and I'm so sorry I couldn't pop on and unmute myself earlier, but I did want to say thank you so much for announcing our ribbon cutting this afternoon. And for anybody who wants to join, we do have a couple free Pilates classes today, and then of course our ribbon cutting, and we'll be giving away some really great treats then during that too.
Look forward, Chantel. And for those that are on the line, and it is also being recorded and it'll be streamed on YouTube. Where are you located and where can we find you today for the ribbon cutting at 12 p.m. today?
Sure thing. We are located right on the corner of Harvard and Florida. We are right next to the brand new Eagle Brew coffee shop that just opened last month. So happy to be there, bringing life back to downtown.
Yes, you are, and we'll look forward to it. And for those that haven't visited the business, it's a fantastic business. I walked in the other day, and I can assure you, if you go through 1 hour of that workout, it's gonna feel like a steam sauna in there in a good way. I walked in, I was already sweating just looking at everyone working out, holy smoke. So a great new business in our valley, in our downtown, and our downtown folks is gonna look different. Not only are we investing over $1 million in the downtown, for those that are not aware, breaking news last week, this is how I wanted to kind of conclude remarks as we hit our time here. Last week at the last city council meeting, or the week before, I forget when was the last council meeting, they approved the first ever downtown kitchen grant. So what does that entail? And it's the first kitchen grant, and I challenge you to look this up. There's no other grant like this that gives this amount of money. The city of Hemet is willing and will give up to $300,000 to any business that would like to start a business in our downtown. So if you know of someone that has a restaurant, wants to get into, of course, we're going to ask for a business plan, making sure you have some capital, you've been in business, you understand what it is to run a hospitality restaurant business. We'll give you $300,000. So for anybody is interested in opening a restaurant, it's again, you can go to our website now, hemetca.gov/economic development. Click. Thank you so much, Monique, for adding that in there. Click on that link. It'll give you all of the information. It opens up next week. We do expect a nice application. So depending how well it goes, I believe I got the green light from the city manager to potentially go back to council for further funding. So apply. We want to bring steakhouses, Italian restaurants to our downtown. So be on the lookout. Without anything else, again, on behalf of the city council, Mr. Mark Press was our city manager. We thank everyone for joining us this morning for the May Business Connect. We might go a little dark since May is going to be a very busy month for me in regards to, I think, 5 conferences, but we'll bring this back in June, late June for the next one. All right, everyone? Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone.